What's going on, guys? My name is Jericho, and today I got something special for you. This is actually a story about my trip to Vegas, and I say story because I got videos and pictures and stuff, but for the most part, it's gonna be whatever's in the background, which is probably Call of Duty gameplay. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is probably one of the craziest stories I've ever gotten to tell, and it's also probably one of the craziest stories that, can come out of Vegas, because it's just, like, full of ridiculousness. So let's start off with saying that I had no intention of going to CES, the Consumer Electronic Show. I think that's what it's called, in Vegas. I had no intention, but I do I always thought to myself, yeah, it'd be cool to go. And one of my thoughts was, if I do go, maybe I'll walk around the show floor for a bit, check out the new tech, and make a video on it. But I actually didn't go on the show floor, which was kind of funny. We had a bunch of meetings during the time that I was there around CES, but the show floor itself I never actually went on, so that was kind of weird. But so let's start it off. Let's rewind. I got a call on, I guess it was Wednesday? What's today? Yeah, Wednesday. No, Tuesday. I got a call on Tuesday from Matt. So Matt is one of my business partners who actually helps own, or partially owns, Gunner and some other websites. And I got a call from him saying that Gunner wanted to do a photo shoot in Vegas during CES, and I was like, yeah, I want to go. And originally, I was just going to drive there. It's a 6-hour drive. It's not that bad, but I was going to meet up with Team Crafted, and we were going to all hang out and do those photography-type stuffs, and it was just going to be a fun time. Now, it just so happened that some of the guys from Team Crafted were doing something with a gentleman. I will not say his name. A gentleman, his son. Is this hard to follow? This very wealthy gentleman's son is a super huge fan of Minecraft, and asked the Team Crafted guys if they wanted to come over and just hang out for his son's birthday party. And they were like, why would we not want that? That's awesome. So they actually flew up there, and I met them at the airport up in Santa Barbara, California, which is like an hour and a half north of me. And we flew in another private jet. I'm not talking like... You guys remember, what was it, almost 2 months or 2.5 months ago now? I randomly got sucked away on a Vegas trip for like 8 hours, and I luckily got to ride a private jet, and T. Martin and Syndicate actually got to fly it. So this one was a little bit bigger. It was like a 10 to 20 seater jet. I had to take off my shoes. It was insane. I got some pictures and stuff. My mind was blown. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's all because of Minecraft, and I wish I played that much Minecraft to have this happen to me. So I just got to tag along for the ride there, and which was really lucky, because driving to Vegas, while fun and dandy, like, why would I ever turn down an awesome opportunity like that? So, short flight, we land, we get to go to Cirque du Soleil, which, if you're not from the US, or if you've never heard of it, it's this huge circus, like, it's a bunch of performers. I don't know, go Google it. It's hard to explain there, but you're not allowed to take pictures during it, but it was for Love. It's called, or the show is called Love, and it was for the Beatles. So they actually did a bunch of routines to the entire Beatles soundtrack, or discography, or whatever you want to call it, which was sick! Like, Vegas the first time was cool, but, like, I'm staying here for a couple days, and we got to experience a little bit more of it. Vegas is fun, but it's more fun when you're there with a bunch of friends that, you just walk around and hang out and have a blast. So that was the first day. Here's where it gets crazy. We have a bunch of meetings the next day that were scheduled. We were supposed to meet with one of Yahoo's top people who is dealing with their new content management, just to try and learn some of the other companies' ways of doing content. You know, it's always nice to learn from other people who are really, really, really good at what they're doing. Like, obviously, Yahoo, even if you don't use it, is like one of the biggest sites in the world. So that was, crazy opportunity. And here's where it gets crazy. So we end up going to meet up with a guy named DJ Ski. If you follow rap or hip-hop, or you have Access TV on your television, DJ Ski has his own show called Ski TV, and he deals with a bunch of hip-hop artists. He brings them on a show. It's kind of like, what was that MTV show called? TRL, not MTV. Was it TRL? I don't know, the music show. Back when MTV was about music. So he's an awesome, super nice guy. I was on his YouTube channel actually a couple months ago. I'll link it in the description. But just one of the most genuinely nice guys I've ever met. hung out with him, and he drops this bomb on us. He's like, hey, I got invited to go to this producer's house. His name is lmao. He just wants to, hang out with me, and I figure since I'm with you guys and whatever, you guys want to come along and hang out with this guy? I was like, yes. If you don't know who lmao is, it would be great to Google him. He was the guy who produced Drake's big first album. What was that? I don't even know what that was called. The Motto. He produced The Motto. He produced Tyga's album. I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry to you hip hop fans. Like, I like rap, but I'm not an album guy. Like, I don't know anyone's album. He produced some Guns N' Roses albums. Bottom line is that this guy is a very well-known dude in the music industry. He has us out to his house. Now, when I say house, like, why are we saying house? It's a compound. All right, that thing was the biggest mansion I have ever been to. So, because we ran into Ski and because he already had these plans, I was just like, yeah, can I tag along? Guys, hey! And so, this is just one of those things where because Ski worked with Gunner and because I worked with Gunner, I kind of got that lucky hookup, that weird meeting that for some reason all this worked out perfectly. So, we get to this house, this mansion, we walk in, there's Maybachs, there's Rolls Royces, there's, they're real friggin' nice things here. And lmao also, Maybach Music, if you've heard of that, that's the same guy. So we walk into his house, and you're like, this is a cool trip, Tucker. It gets better. lmao meets us there and walks out and just introduces himself to us. Hey, shakes my hand. Hey, I'm lmao. I'm like, yeah, I kind of know, man. It's weird that someone as famous as you is gonna come out and just greet us like normal people. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. I know that you get a really weird rap. Maybe it's a good rap if you're in the rap industry, or you've got some street cred and you've got yourself a nice little gangster persona built up. But that dude was a really nice guy, just super friendly. He invited us into his house. Here's where it gets crazy. He shows us his exotic pets. He's got 2 lynxes. If you know what a lynx is, it's just a giant cat, like a huge cat. He has 2 wolves, like real life wild wolves in his backyard. Like, okay, that's cool. They say don't touch. He's like, don't pet those. They might bite you. And I was like, sure, you don't have to ask me twice. He's got a monkey, which was actually really cute. He's got a diaper on and all this stuff. I was like, oh, look at a cute monkey. An anaconda, which I stayed away from because snakes scare me. And then, the piece de resistance. He had a cheetah. A cheetah! He had a cheetah roaming around his house, walking around the house like it's just casual, just no big deal. It's a cheetah. It had a collar, its name was Isis, and it was just chilling underneath the pool table. That was where I was like, wow, this is probably the weirdest night I've ever had. So here we are, a bunch of Minecraft dudes, myself, we're just hanging out with these exotic pets, getting the experience of a lifetime. When else am I ever gonna get to pet a cheetah? Or see a cheetah, or even be in the same room as a cheetah, or wolves, or any of this stuff. He takes us back out to his studio where he made all these, hit records that are nationally, worldly known, and we just sit down and he starts playing us new music. I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever had happen to me. To top it all off, it's like 6:30 in the morning now, and we have to get up in the morning for another photo shoot, and he goes, all right, we're gonna drive you guys back. You don't have to cab it back to the resort or to the hotels you guys are staying at. So get in the car, and there was only one spot left. Everyone else was in the car, so he's like, hey, Tucker, sit in the Maybach. We'll go home in that. If you're a car nerd, if you like cars, you can feel my excitement. I got to ride home in a Maybach. Oh god, it was like sitting in 2 lazy boy chairs. There were 2 like 12-inch TV screens in the back. It was just like, oh, this is what being a baller feels like. Holy crap. I gotta say that this trip to Vegas was amazing. We go to the Gunner shoot the next morning. We've got a bunch of pictures, team crafted, myself, Dino, my friend Dino, Gunner. We're all just hanging out in Chris Angel's studio where he does his shows in Vegas, doing this photo shoot, and it was just like, it hit me. This is the most awesome trip I've ever had. Hanging with friends, going to Vegas, getting lucky enough that all these people that I've been fortunate enough to run into and just brush shoulders with have taken into account, that maybe there are some cool stuff that we can bring these gamers along with. And without Gunner or without Matt and without Team Crafted even, because they're the reason the whole thing happened, none of that would have happened to me. So big shout out to those guys. That was just one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And I went 10 minutes talking about this. I could have probably gone for another 10, but I'll save you guys the stories. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know with a like and a comment. Thank you guys. Thank you guys, because if it wasn't for 4 years ago when the first couple of you guys started subscribing to me, none of this would have happened either. So I'm just feeling super awesome, super blessed, super just thankful for all the stuff that you guys have been able to help me out with in life. And, you know, here's to a crazy 2014. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you legends later.